Hello friends, welcome to BSc Studies. I am Bala. Yesterday we have learnt about free body diagrams and law of conservation of momentum. In this class I will explain about law of conservation of momentum. So here law of conservation of momentum means total momentum is constant. Total momentum is constant. Total momentum is constant. So we have to prove this statement. Let's see. First we have to learn about what is collision. What is collision? A collision is a physical event when two bodies collide to each other. Collision means a physical event when two bodies collide to each other. I am taking this is a object and this is B object. So collision means this is the collision and this is the collision part. Okay? This is colliding part. This is colliding part and these two bodies are collision. This process is called collision. Okay? Collide to each other, A and B is called collision. Okay? So here I am taking this is M1 A object and this is M2 B object. A has M1 mass and B has M2 mass. Here this A body goes with the speed U1 and this B body goes with the speed U2. Okay? So here U1 is greater than U2. We have to take. Okay? So this is before collision. They are going like this. So during collision, this is M1, this is M2 and this is A, B. This is during collision, colliding to each other. So after collision, this is M1 A and this is M2 B. This is going with V1. This is going with V2. Okay? This is before collision. This is during collision. This is after collision. Okay? So here for A initial momentum is M1 U1. M1 U1. Final momentum M1 V1. M1 V1. Okay? So here change in momentum will be in final momentum minus initial momentum. So M1 V1 minus M1 U1. If we divide it T, I am dividing with T time. So this is M1 V1 minus M1 U1 by time. Okay? This is FA. FA means force of A. This is force because if you take M1 common, M1 into V1 minus U1 by T, which means like the formula of M into V minus U by T. So this is force of A and this is force of A, and if you see for B initial momentum is M2 U2. M2 U2 and final momentum is M2 V2. M2 V2. So change in momentum M2 V2 minus M2 U2. Here if we divide with T time, so it is M2 V2 minus M2 U2 by time. So this is force of B. Okay. So we have to prove total momentum is constant. So we already learnt about Newton's third law. So here Fa, force of A is minus of force of B. Every action has a reaction, opposite and equal and opposite reaction. So force of A is m1 v1 minus m1 u1 by t. So here m1 v1 minus m1 u1 by time is equals to minus of m2 v2 minus m2 u2 by time. So here time gets cancelled. So m1 v1 minus m1 u1 is equals to in minus of minus m2 v2 plus, because minus of minus plus, so this is m2 u2. So here if I transfer this side this and this side this, okay, so m1 v1 plus m2 v2 is equals to m1 u1 plus m2 u2. So this is the total momentum. So we have proved that total momentum is constant, which means equal. If we subtract these both, we will get 0. So we proved that total momentum is constant. So if we see applications, in law of conservation of momentum, applications. In applications, there are three applications. So in this first one, opposite direction. So I am taking this is m1, m2, this is u1, u2. Okay, sorry, this is u2. Here opposite direction is they are moving opposite. This is going like this and this is going like this. So this is before collision, and during collision this is m1, m2. Okay, so these both collide. So after collision, here I am taking u1 is greater than u2. So these both will go in this direction. This is v1, this is v2. Okay. So I am taking here v1, v2 is equals to vcom, because these both go in same speed, because this is u1 is greater than u2. So this will stop and the speed of this object will go same direction. Okay. So here initial m1, initial momentum m1 u1, final momentum m2, sorry, m1 vcom. Vcom means common velocity. Okay, so change in momentum, m1 vcom minus m1 u1. If we divide with t, this is m1 vcom minus m1 u1 by t. This is also a force. Then for m2, this is force of ma, m1, and this is force of, for m2, initial momentum m2 u2, final momentum m2 vcom. Okay, so here change in momentum, m2 vcom minus m2 u2. So divide with time, so m2 vcom minus m2 u2 by time. This is force of m2. So we already learned Newton's third law, every action has a reaction. So f of m1 is equals to minus of f of m2. Force of m1 is equals to minus of force of m2. Okay, so here m1 is m1 vcom minus m1 u1 by time is equals to minus of m2 vcom minus m2 u2 by time. Okay, so here time gets cancelled, and m1 vcom minus m1 u1 is equals to minus of m2 vcom minus m2 vcom minus plus m2 v2 u2 because minus of minus plus. So here I am transferring this side, this is this side and this is this side. So m1 vcom plus m2 vcom is equals to m1 u1 plus m2 u2. So here vcom is common, so vcom m1 plus m2 is equals to m1 u1 plus m2 u2. So I am rubbing this side. So if we transfer this m1 plus m2 to this side, so here vcom is equals to m1 u1 plus m2 u2 by m1 plus m2. So this is the common velocity of these two bodies after collision in opposite direction. This is the common velocity. Okay. Say this is second, same type, same direction, same direction. This is u1, this is u2. Here u1 is greater than u2. So these are in same direction. Okay. We already learned in collision total momentum is constant. In total momentum constant, we proved that m1 v1 plus m2 v2 is equals to m1 u1 plus m2 u2. This is total momentum is constant formula. In this, velocity v1 v2 will become vcom. m1 vcom plus m2 vcom is equals to m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is the same direction formula. Okay. If we take common vcom, m1 plus m2 is equals to m1 u1 plus m2 u2. Okay. So here vcom formula. vcom is equals to m1 u1 plus m2 u2 by m1 plus m2. This is the common velocity formula of same direction when two bodies travel in same direction. Okay. Here these are the applications. In opposite, when two bodies are going in opposite direction, common velocity is m1 u1 minus m2 u2 by m1 plus m2, and when two bodies are going in same direction, common velocity formula is m1 u1 plus m2 u2 by m1 plus m2. Okay. So these are the applications of law of conservation of momentum. Okay. So in this video, we learned that vcom when opposite direction is m1 u1 minus m2 u2 by m1 plus m2, and vcom in same direction m1 u1 plus m2 u2 by m1 plus m2, and law of conservation of momentum formula is m1 v1 plus m2 v2 is equals to m1 u1 plus m2 u2. So these are the important formulas. So this is total momentum is constant formula, and vcom in opposite direction means m1 u1 minus m2 u2 by m1 plus m2. vcom in same direction means m1 u1 plus m2 u2 by m1 plus m2. This is u2. Okay. సో ఈ వీడియో కనుక మీకు నచ్చినట్లయితే ప్లీజ్ లైక్ చేయండి, షేర్ చేయండి.